Hello guys, Vengeancer here. Today we got another banger of a video, I guess you could say. So I got a lot of stuff I gotta cover in a short amount of time. First off, I've been processing like a madman. I got no more, well, I say no more. I don't have very much ore left. This is stuff that was collected after I was done. I've ran through all of the melted tin and zinc shards. Kept a little bit of brass here for stuff in the future. I still got 800,000 melted copper shards that I don't really have anything to do with until I get more zinc and tin. And then I've been melting down steel bars, getting steel bars out of melting iron and coal. However, I'm running out of coal. So we're reaching our end on that. I have reworked my nodes a little bit. I pulled... Now that I have the Magnus unlocked, I don't need these nodes connected here. So I took these two nodes back to get some contribution back. And then I pulled... I sold a worker and I pulled these two nodes out to get a few contribution back there as well. The other thing I did was turn in all of my contribution XP gaining things, you know, like witches, delicacies, all that stuff. All the broken bottles, all the blush leaves from farming. I turned all that stuff in and got extra contribution because I needed to go from connect from Bear Riverhead through Bear downstream through Bear, Longleaf Tree Forest, Crowville, Longleaf Tree Sentry Post to Trent. That wasn't a big deal. I had enough contribution for that, but I needed extra because I had to buy storage in Trent. So I had to buy Trent 1, Trent 2, and Trent 3 to get a mineral workbench there. I put the wood workbench on Trent 2, and then I just bought storage because I don't need a residence or anything else. Did the same thing in Bear. I had to buy 1, 2, 3, and 4 storage, wood workbench, storage, and mineral workbench. And then finally, I needed a few extra CP to buy the lodging in Grana. So that cost 5 CP there as well. So it was like 23 or 24 CP, I think, total. I think you need like 16 from there. It might have been a little bit more than that. I think you need like, to go from here to there, it was like 2 or 3, and then that was like 9 or something. And then each one of those was like 6 or 7, so it's 13. It might have been like 29 CP. I can't remember. But I've been dumping energy into hiring workers, so I got a fleet of workers here. I have my workers in Grana building crates in Grana, Trent, and Bear. Now, as long as the materials originate where the worker originates, you can make stuff anywhere. So all my materials are in Grana, all my workers are in Grana, and I am crafting I have 3 different workers crafting crates. 2 of the workers travel to Bear and Trent, and the other one is in Grana. But as you can see, the origin is still Grana because their workers and originate from Grana. So that's where the crates are going to originate from, which is good because I need that to happen so that I get as big a distance bonus as possible. Now, the other thing is, like I said, you got to have the materials here and the storage space for that. So that is where the processing stands. And how I left off method 1 of evading taxes on the marketplace. Now, this is method 2. I have a couple of things I got to do here real quick. So I'm going to try and get through this, but this is probably going to be just a little bit longer video. I talked a little bit more than I wanted to. So I need 5 of these, 10 of those, and 10 of these. That should be good. 10 and 10 and 5. Perfect. So I have another method that I am going to use to evade the marketplace tax to get silver back out of my resources. But to do that, I have to come out here to my farm. Now I have to repurpose 3 of my farms. Let's see, which farm do I have? Not you. You. Which worker? No. That ain't gonna work for me. Idle. Garden 1. I don't know how to tell. Alright, so that ain't gonna work. So I'm just gonna have to wing this. So I'm... Sorry for the confusion. I was trying to figure out which workers on which farm, because I don't want to put these things on a farm where I have... where I have the... Basically, what I'm trying to do is make sure that a goblin worker is not on the farm, right? That has multiple things on it. So this farm is going to be one of them, and that farm's not. This farm will be. Reason I don't want that one is because it has a gatherable in the middle, and I don't want to deal with it. So I'm going to set up these 3 farms and then jump back, because I'm taking too long to do this, and the purpose is not for you to watch me do farming. So give me a second, and then I'll jump back in and explain what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. But for now, I have to repurpose 3 farms, so give me just a sec. Okay, I've repurposed my farms. I've got a bunch of onion crops, a bunch of hot pepper crops, and a bunch of pepper crops, and then the rest are still in haystacks for the meat and the milk, which I will come back and deal with those here in a bit. I have other things to move on to. So the method 2 that I'm going to be doing is Imperial delivery. And I made a longer form video on this, and I also made a shorter form video. So I made a couple of videos on this before, but this is method 2. Method 1 is trade crates, processing all your stuff into that, getting your workers to pack them up, and then using trading to get as much silver out of it as you can. Now, currently with the market prices, you could probably sell the ingots for about the same or a little bit more than you would with crates, but I'm using it because I want to level up my trading, and I don't have value pack that I want to spend right now. The other thing is Imperial delivery. You can turn in half, so you take your contribution points, cut them in half. That's how many boxes you can turn in a day. I'm going for Guru this time around. I'm going to be cooking everything down into ingredients for boxes. Of course, I have a bunch of crap already to make the lower boxes, but like I've got bunch of grilled bird meat that I use, pickled vegetables that I use, honey wine that I use. So all this stuff is, it's all going to be, I'm going to be getting silver back out of it, but I used it to level up my cooking. Now for Guru cooking, I'm going to be making Balanos meals, which I will make a lot because they're 800,000 for that. It cost about, to sell it, you're going to get around 530,000 silver minus tax on the marketplace. If you had a value pack, you get like 465,000 silver out of 24 Balanos meals. You get 800,000 out of this, plus your mastery makes it go up. So this is what I'm going to be doing. What I need for that, and I have that written down. I need a vegetable, meat, milk, pepper, onion, hot pepper, and then something to make flour out of. So that's why I repurposed my farms, so that I could get peppers, hot peppers, and onions. I've been stockpiling milk for a while, and then I've also started gathering meat. So I've been dumping my energy into meat gathering again. So I am hoarding everything that I need. So I have 15,000 meat. I've gathered a couple times. I get like anywhere from like 6,000 to 8,000 on 300 to 400 energy, roughly, give or take, with my 1450 gathering mastery with the Manos. And that is with Agris. So if I turn the Agris off, I've been grinding a lot too, but if I turn the Agris off, I won't get quite as much as that. So I get around 5,000 to 6,000 per energy dump. So I've been stockpiling that, plus I have 8,000 beef from just farming. I've got 93,000 milk. Flour, I have a ton of already, 470 something thousand. I do have like around 12 to 13,000 of each of these: onion, pepper, hot pepper, and then the higher ones. My workers gathered a bunch of paprika, 344,000, and I have over 600,000 pumpkins. So I have enough stuff to get started on Balanos meals. If you need to know how to make that, hit F1, go to crafting notes, type in Balanos meal, and then you got to make all this stuff here. Beer, I got plenty of grains. I have Calpheon. I have the Northern Wheat Plantation here. We've got wheat and barley, so those are grains. I also have potato, so I got a bunch of grains, 200,000 of each of those, 130 of the barley. So I get that, and I've got like a huge amount of beer anyway, so I don't need to craft any more of that. The difficult part, stir-fried veggies. This is where the pumpkins and paprika come in, and the hot peppers, you craft it into this. Now you could use onions here, but I will use the vegetable. Smoked fish, you just need dried fish. You need 2 dried fish or 1 fresh fish. I have a ton of those. Meat croquette, this is where the gathered meat and the flour comes in. That's fine. Eggs, I have a ton of those from my workers gathering eggs and chicken meat. And then cheese, you just need milk, so that's where the milk comes in. And then the last thing is going to be cheese gratin, which is more dough and vegetables. And then the red sauce comes from more meat and purified water, which I have to gather some more water. But I have quite a bit of that already. And then the last thing is grilled sausage, which is where the pepper and onions come in with the gathered meat. So it's a lot of the same ingredients, just all piled in. You just need a ton of meat and a ton of milk, pepper, onion, and hot pepper. The grains for the flour and the beer, pretty easy to come by. And then the water, you just use purified water you can gather out of the river and then filter it to get purified water. And that's why I have so many bottles. So I'm working on gathering and doing all this stuff. And then eventually, I have one advanced cooking utensil in here. I turned them all into repair tools. So I have 10 of the Supreme Cooking repair tools. I have 34 of the advanced repair tools, and I have a bunch of Dark Spirit Creeds that I can also turn into Supreme Cooking Utensils. You can get 15 of these turned into one, and then I've also got a bunch of these that I can turn into things like milk and eggs, or even a Supreme Cooking Utensil if I need it at the end of the day there. But got a lot of options for turning stuff in to get more cooking utensils, but for now, 10 of the Supremes and 34 of the Advanced is going to be fine. I can also craft them. I have the setup to do it in, not here. In Glish, I just send a Heidel worker down there to do it. And all you need is this. Polished stone, so you need rough stone, you need usable scantling, so you need logs. Chop the logs, you get usable scantling. Grind the rough stone, and you'll get polished stone, and then you just need blackstone powder and melted iron shards. Not hard by any means, you just send a worker down there and have them craft that as you need it, and then you go turn them into making a repair tool. And then you can set AFK cooking. I do have things to get down to 1 second cooking time. I have I have Manos Cook's clothes for the mastery for the turn ins, because mastery affects the turn ins. But I also have +4 silver embroidered Cook's clothes, and then I use the life spirit stones. But I also have the connect clothes, which means that I get -2 second cooking time here. -1 second cooking time on the life spirit stones, and then for the silver embroidered I get -5 seconds. So that's about -8, a little over 8 seconds. And then I think that gets me down to about 1 second. So it's not a big deal at all. Very, very quick. And where the other second comes off at is the cooking utensils. You get cooking time decreased by 1 second. So total, that is 5 seconds and 2 seconds from the close. That's 7 seconds. 1.1 second from the lifestone. That's 8. And then 1 second from the cooking utensil, so that's 9. You get down to the 1 second cooking. You can do that with drafts. You don't have to have the costume, but the costume just makes it easier. You don't have to buy drafts, so your profit margin grows every time you cook because you're not spending money on elixirs or drafts. So there's that. But this is my next method. I'm gathering all those things. I'm going to go dump my energy now, and just for the purpose of showing it, let's see, we do this. I have gathering at 4. When I use the life spirit stone, it gives +2 gathering, so I'm maxed out on gathering there. I have in the tool bag, I have the Tet Manos butcher knife, I have the Tet Manos gathering clothes. So my gathering mastery is 1450 on butchering, and there's the stats on that if you want to look at it. Plus I have the hedgehog, tier 4 hedgehog, so he procs quite a bit with his special skill. So that's how I do my gathering, if you were curious. I think that's it for this video, but that's what I'm currently doing with tax evasion on Black Desert. Method 1 is all the crates and stuff. Method 2 is rolling the rest of my ingredients that can't go into crates into cooking Balanos meals. And then, of course, using my energy to gather what else I need for that. So, I'm going to get out of here, end this off before it gets too long, but I will be doing gathering to hoard up the meat. And I got a couple other videos to shoot for you all, so I will be working on that. But as always, thanks for watching, and I hope you've had a good rest of your day. And I hope you find this helpful. Until next time.